Good morning, Al Ingalls here at pressure-free.com, alingalls.com. And one more little click here as I go from Zoom to Facebook. And we're good. Trigger Tuesday. It's Trigger Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we identify some possible triggers for you so you can be on the lookout for anything that makes you feel angry or annoyed, anxious or ashamed, afraid. I have a new A, by the way, for those of you who follow me. It's argumentative. Like, what do you argue about? Those are triggers for you. So this morning, as I was thinking about, what's a pretty big trigger for me? It's when people tell me to do something, and in my head, it doesn't make sense. Like I have some sort of resistance. My husband points this out to me, by the way. Like someone will tell me, not ask, but tell me to do something. And I'm instantly like clicking, does this make sense? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? If it doesn't, if there's some glitch, I will instantly overreact. And I finally figured out that yes, I release stress hormones over the simplest of things. So do you overreact when people tell you to do something? It may have started when you were little. My parents seemed to understand very early on that this was a trigger for me because I honestly, every time they would ask me to do something, I was a why girl, probably very annoying, right? Like, but why? But why do we do it that way? Or why do we need to do it that way? Why don't we do it this way? Oh, just instantly combative and resistant. Does that make sense? Because, are you following me here? That it's like a reaction right away. It could have some deep roots in my childhood. I don't know, something really happened to me that had me overreact this way. Who knows? And honestly, who cares? If we keep diving into the past, try and figure it out, it can often just keep us spiraling down, 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 down. So I'm going to let that go. And what I encourage my clients to do is start to ask yourself, okay, is it helpful for you to overreact to this particular trigger? No, because then my body and my mind are going to be messed up for hours. So, okay, I don't want to overreact because I want to protect myself. How can I not overreact? That's an empowering question. One of the tools that I teach, actually, I should call this Trigger and Tool Tuesday because we're going to go right into a tool to help you. One of the tools that's just so impactful for so many of my clients is the flip the switch tool. It's like there's a switch on your head when you feel that resistance, when you feel that tension, and you're priming yourself to go into fight or flight. And you go into fight or flight, it's like you've turned the lights out because now you're not thinking very well. You can't remember very well. This is not working particularly well for you. So we want to keep the lights on. So I call this flip the switch, just like a light switch. You got to keep the lights on. Notice it's a movement. A gross motor motion is one of the fastest ways for an adult to create new neural pathways in a new habit. If you've been trying to put a new habit in your life and you're trying to do it with pure will and force, see if you can start to use emotion every time you want to do this thing so that your brain can actually create a way to do it. We're so patterned. We get locked in our patterns. It can feel impossible to get out of them. But that's one way, emotion, that you can actually start to retrain your brain. Another is, what do you do in the bookends of your day? First thing in the morning, last thing before you go to sleep. Those little bookends are magical times. I read this in Joe Dispenza's book, I think. And then I did some more research on it. Like those first moments when you're coming out of sleep, you're in theta brain waves. And that's a magical time when you're conscious and unconscious, if we want to put labels on all of it, because it's just a bunch of labels, let's be honest. I would say when you're activated to be able to create new in your mind and get it to really stick. So those parts of your day are important, and then this motion. So you come up to the tension or the resistance. Someone told you to do something, and you're feeling a tightness. Flip the switch and ask, how can I stay calm here? Or how can I not overreact? Just by asking a simple question that starts with a how can I or what can I call those empowering questions. They're powering you to solution instead of, but why? What if we do it this way? Why can't I da 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 da? The combative ways of going about this, is this making sense? Like, no, we're going to go, how can I? First and foremost, I want you to protect yourself from stress hormones. First and foremost, that's the most important thing you can do for yourself, for others, for your community, for this entire world. If we could get the whole world to not overreact and to not release those stress hormones, people are going to think logically. So much of the mess that is out there today wouldn't even happen. People's immune systems would be so much higher. So there'd be less illness. There would be so much less chronic illness. Physicians might not like it because like 80% of calls to a physician are for chronic illness. We'd reduce chronic mental illness. So first and foremost, you need to protect yourself. So if you have someone tell you to do something at work that you feel a resistance to, you're probably going to trigger fight or flight. Flip the switch. Protect you first. Ask, how can I not overreact here? Probably the thing's only going to take a little bit of time. Maybe just do it, get it done, get it over with. You can move on, right? You'll come up with some answer, because when you ask your brain an empowering question, it's better than Google. It's better than any search engine, because this amazing brain of yours has stored a lot of information. In fight or flight, we can't access that information. But if you keep your brain free of those stress hormones, you'll be able to access so much more information. I accessed lessons I had 35, 40 years ago. I was accessing a lesson the other day that I had when I was maybe 15 years old with my violin teacher. And I probably had, I don't know, I had weekly lessons with her from age, let's see, she came to our town when I was 10. I'd already been playing for a couple of years. So from age 10 to 18, met with her pretty much every week. You can do the math. But I remember this one moment of this lesson when she was teaching me something about a particular concerto. So your brain is amazing. You can tap into it when you stay pressure free. So watch for an overreaction to something someone says to you that's maybe directing you, like telling you to do something. Maybe you don't overreact to that. Maybe it's a different kind of thing that you overreact to when someone tells you something. Children often overreact when we tell them, it's time to go now. If you just switch it to let's, or we get to go now. Let's, children like that, means community, means we're doing something together. I think big people like that too. So play with that a little bit, protect yourself. Trigger Tuesday, Trigger Tool Tuesday. We're just noticing if we act to when people tell us to do things. Have a great pressure-free day.